So let's discuss the third part of aromatic compounds, aniline and diazoxide salts. First, aniline. Aniline preparation methods. In this chapter itself, I will be covering the reactions of amines. Therefore, I have put the heading as preparation of primary amines. First method, Gabriel thalamide synthesis. We take thalamide, and thalamide has an acidic hydrogen. So on reaction with the base NaOH, it will form a salt, and nitrogen with a negative charge acts as a nucleophile which will go and attack on alkyl halide, replacing X minus by undergoing SN2 reaction will give N-alkyl thalamide. And this N-alkyl thalamide on hydrolysis will break down like this and forms a aliphatic amine RNH2, and this comes out as phthalic acid. Now, it is a good method for the preparation of aliphatic primary amines but not aromatic primary amines. Reason, in aromatic primary amines there will be a partial double bond character that this SN2 step will not happen. Then some examples I have given, see here. And you take the thalamide, on reaction with the NaOH will form the salt, and then on reaction with ethyl chloride we will get the alkyl amine CH3 CH2 NH2 plus phthalic acid is common. And then thalamide on reaction with NaOH we will get the salt first, and this will go and attack on alkyl halide and will result in the formation of like this, and now this compound on hydrolysis will break like this and should result in the formation of alkyl amine RNH2. And now this RNH2 here is a PHCH2NH2. So the question is here, what is alkyl halide to form this product? Benzyl amine. So to form the benzyl amine, this alkyl group should be present as R group. That means R should be, or the alkyl halide should be PHCH2NH2. Then next reaction, Hofmann bromamide reaction. In Hofmann bromide reaction, you will take an amide, primary amide, and on reaction with bromine plus NaOH or KOH or NaOBr, that is a sodium hypobromite, will undergo reaction to form amine. Simply the point is here, amide conversion into amine by removal of C double bond O group. Just you remove this C double bond O group, you will get the product here. So let's see the mechanism of this reaction. Amide has the acidic hydrogen, so we'll take the will react with OH minus and forms a salt. Now this as a nucleophile will attack on Br2 molecule, and Br minus will be replaced, and bromo amide will be formed, and one more acidic hydrogen is there, that also will be removed by OH minus and forms a N minus. And now this intramolecularly there will be rearrangement happening here. First Br minus will be leaving, so that this nitrogen will become will become a neutral but electron deficient. When Br minus, see, initially 2, 4, 6, one lone pair is also there. Total 8 electrons are present. But when this bonded pair of electrons are going, it will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 only. But it will become a neutral, that is a nitrene intermediate. A high electronegative atom to become electron deficient is unfavorable, that immediately the alkyl group from the adjacent carbon will shift along with the bonded electrons onto nitrogen, reaching it into octet configuration. But now this carbon will become electron deficient, that the nitrogen, its whatever electron pair, negative charge electron pair is there, that will be donated to form the pi bond, that carbon will become again octet in configuration. So this is a 1, this is 2, and this is 3, and these 3 steps internally will result in the formation of this intermediate, and this intramolecular rearrangement is the RDS step for this reaction. alkyl isocyanate will be formed as an intermediate that on hydrolysis will become finally amine. So RDS is an intramolecular step. R group migrates from carbon onto the electron deficient nitrogen. R group migrates with retention of configuration. That means if this R group has any optical activity, any particular configuration, then that configuration will not be disturbed while it is migrating. Okay, that a reaction intermediate is alkyl isocyanate, and we all know methyl isocyanate MIC gas, which was responsible for Bhopal gas tragedy in 1984. In this reaction, only self product is formed, cross product is not formed. Why cross product is not formed is because the rearrangement is intramolecular only. Therefore, in this example, you see from this compound, C double bond will be removed, and you will get RNH414, NH214, and in this from this reactant C double bond will be removed, and you will be getting R dash NH215. Okay, then reactivity order of different amides is benzamide or benzene carboxamide better than alkanamide better than formamide. Then electron releasing groups will increase the rate of reaction. Primary aliphatic and primary aromatic amines can be synthesized, prepared by this reaction, and this is the balanced reaction of a Hofmann bromide reaction. Very important, just they can ask on this balanced equation itself any of the question. Now some of the examples here. Already I told you the point, Hofmann bromide reaction products writing is very easy. You just need to remove the C double bond O and write the product. So here we will get the product as a CH3, CH2 and H2. And in this reaction, if you remove C double bond O group, we will get the product as a CH3, CH, CH3, CH2 and H2. And in this one, if you remove C double bond O, NH2 will be directly attached to benzene and forms aniline as the product. And in this reaction, if you remove this C double bond O group, this is a point I was telling you, the configuration of alkyl group migrating onto nitrogen will not be disturbed. That is this question. So configuration will not be disturbed. It will be maintained as it is like this. C2H5 and H2. Okay. The next, in this reaction, from this compound C double bond O will be removed, and you will get the product as NH215 plus. From this reaction, C double bond O will be removed, that you will be getting a NH214 with the para position methyl group. And similar mechanism or similar intermediate forming reactions are also there, like Schmidt reaction, in which carboxylic acid will be treated with ammonia followed by hydrolysis will give amine, and intermediate is alkyl isocyanate. Curtius reaction also, carboxylic acid with sodium azide followed by hydrolysis will give you primary amine. Same intermediate here also. Lawson reaction also, similar intermediate will be formed. And from aryl halides, when aryl halides are treated with ammonia on strong heating in presence of Cu2O, Cl will be removed and NH2 will be added. And next reaction is from alkyl halides. When alkyl halide is treated with ammonia, see, if alkyl halide is reactant and ammonia is reagent, then it is ammonolysis of alkyl halide. Suppose ammonia is a reactant and alkyl halide is a reagent, then it is alkylation of ammonia. So in which way you are doing the reaction, or which way you visualize the reaction, accordingly you can call it as. But whatever it is, when alkyl halide is treated with ammonia, and heating will result in the formation of alkyl amine. But this reaction is not a good method for the preparation of primary amines, because the alkyl amine formed will not stop the reaction there itself. It will further react with one more alkyl halide, resulting in the formation of a secondary amine, which will react with another alkyl halide and results in the formation of a trialkyl amine. Even that will lead to formation of quaternary ammonium salts also. Therefore, this reaction is not suitable for the preparation of primary amine alone. You will be getting a mixture of primary, secondary, tertiary amines and also quaternary ammonium salts. Then coming to the chemical reactions of aniline. First reaction, halogenation reaction. Aniline on reaction with bromine water or bromine plus acetic acid, we will be getting a polybromination product, because NH2 is a very strong ring activating group, and also NH2 is an ortho para director, and it is a very strong ring activating group. Therefore, polybromination will happen. And you know how much it is an activating group. Even you remove the protic solvent and put non-polar solvent, then also you will be getting a polybrominated product only. That much highly activated benzene ring it will be having. Whereas in phenol, by change of solvent, at least the reaction gets controlled to monobromination. Yes or no? We have discussed this point under phenols. Then with the help of functional group protection, monohalogenation is possible. That point already we know it, and I have given some interconversions here, you see, and for these interconversions the answers are given at the last page. Okay, some more. So these are the 5 interconversions, practice them. Then a nitration reaction. When aniline is treated with a concentrated nitric acid, you not only get ortho and para products, but also will get to a considerable extent meta product. The reason for the meta product formation is when aniline is present along with when aniline is taken along with the nitric acid, what happens? Aniline will be taking the H plus ion from nitric acid and will form anilinium ion, NH3 plus. Now there will be an equilibrium established here. So whatever aniline you have taken initially, some amount of it will be existing in the form of aniline and some amount will be existing in the form of anilinium ion. Aniline NH2 is a OP director, we know, whereas anilinium ion NH3 plus is a meta director. So this anilinium ion is the one which is responsible for formation of meta product here. Okay. Then sulfonation reaction. By sulfonation reaction, sulfonic acid SO3H will go and attack at a para position, that you will be getting a sulfonilic acid. But sulfonilic acid, it has a basic group and also acidic group. So within the same compound, if acidic and basic groups are present, will they remain silent? No. So the proton will be released by the acid and will be accepted by the base. So that means a neutralization reaction will form resulting in the formation of a salt. And the speciality of this salt is within the single compound, both cation and anion are present. Such a compound is called a Zwitter ion. And Zwitter ion concept even we get under biomolecules, amino acids also. Then Friedel-Crafts reaction. Same like in phenol, Friedel-Crafts reaction is not possible even in aniline also, but can be done if we do functional group protection. Then reaction with nickel plus H2, that is a catalytic hydrogenation or metallic hydrogenation. Metallic hydrogenation, aniline, see, NH2 group is already reduced group, so therefore there is no further reduction of NH2 group. If any reduction has to happen, that should be to the benzene double bonds. But when you are doing hydrogenation at room temperature, the benzene double bonds will not undergo any reduction. There will be no effect on a benzene double bonds. The benzene pi bonds will undergo reduction only on heating, that to above 100 degrees Celsius. Therefore, in the first reaction, there will be no product formation. There will be no reaction at all. And second reaction is possible, that benzene double bonds are reduced and will form the product cyclohexane amine. Then reaction with Na2Cr2O7, sodium dichromate. It is an oxidizing agent, that aniline will be oxidized into benzoquinone. It is a non-aromatic compound. And then chemical reactions of amines. In general, chemical reactions of amines, when aniline is taken along with alkyl halide aniline acting as a nucleophile will substitute X minus and form an alkyl amine, an alkyl aniline, and then with excess of alkyl halide, then reaction repeatedly will happen. Whatever an alkyl aniline is formed, that will again react with alkyl halide to form a tertiary amine, which will undergo addition reaction with one more alkyl halide to form a quaternary ammonium salt. Quaternary ammonium salt. Then reaction with carbonyl compounds. See, aniline acting as a nucleophile will go and attack on carbonyl compound, and then there will be finally removal of water molecule, resulting in the formation of CH double bond N. And this type of compound formed between aniline and carbonyl compound is called Schiff's base. Schiff's reagent is different from Schiff's base. Schiff's reagent is para-rosanilin hydrochloride, used for the identification or to distinguish aldehyde from ketone, whereas this is a Schiff's base. Then carbylamine reaction, very very important reaction is also. So in carbylamine reaction, what happens, you will take a primary amine and any one aromatic or aliphatic primary amine. On reaction with the chloroform and KOH, there will be formation of isocyanide and isocyanide or carbylamine. Isocyanates or carbylamines are very very bad smelling compounds that easily we can identify that the initial compound given to us is an primary amine, aliphatic or aromatic primary amine. So what happens in this reaction, mechanism also very important for this reaction. You take the chloroform, it has an acidic hydrogen, will react with OH minus, goes out as water molecules, forms the carbanion, from which Cl minus will be removed, and you will be getting a carbene intermediate. Now this carbene intermediate, dichloromethylene carbene intermediate, has one orbital with a filled electron pair and another orbital vacant. Into the vacant orbital of dichlorocarbene, aniline will donate its lone pair and forms an addition compound, and then there will be finally removal of 2 moles of HCl and results in the formation of isocyanide. And not only aniline, same reaction will be given by aliphatic primary amines also. So both aliphatic and aromatic primary amines will give carbylamine test. Isocyanates or carbylamines have very offensive or unpleasant smell that easily they can be identified, and this is the balanced reaction, very very important. Directly question can be asked from the balanced reaction. Then some examples are given here. Simply what you need to do is NH2 group has to be substituted by NC group. CH3, CH2, NC, isocyanide. Here also NC, isocyanide. And here you see, what is this compound? What is this compound? This is pyrrole. Pyrrole on reaction with the chloroform plus KOH, whatever these two compounds are there, they are formed by a Riemer-Tiemann formylation reaction. It is a very different reaction, going in a different manner. Understand it carefully. This is the similar reagent used during a Riemer-Tiemann formylation reaction also, if you remember. So formylation will happen and will give these first and second product, but third product, that is a 3-chloropyridine formation also happens in this reaction, and it is due to even elimination reaction. If you want how this third compound is formed, a little of a higher level, like advanced level, if you are not preparing for advanced level, you can skip this mechanism. So I will add a page here to explain how this product is formed. You are having pyrrole, and this pyrrole on reaction with OH minus, this is an acidic hydrogen, so will react with OH minus and will go out as water molecule and forms a nitrogen with negative charge. Now this will be attacking dichlorocarbene electrophile. As a nucleophile, it will go and attack. So when it is attacking, you see here, when this is attacking, very interesting point will happen. From this carbon, the electron pair will be donated, and this carbon will develop. That means the pi bond, assume that when this negative charge is shifted here, this pi bond will be shifting here. Then what will happen? This carbon will get a negative charge. That negative charge electron pair will be donated to dichlorocarbon. Now this carbon will have the positive charge. This will accept the electron pair. So in this manner, there will be an addition compound formation like this, N minus, like this. And then what will happen, you know? So this pi bond, this sigma bond will shift here to form the pi bond. That this carbon is already tetravalent, and by shifting this sigma bond to form the pi bond will become beyond octet, that one of the Cl minus will be eliminated out. Then when this sigma bond is shifting here to form the pi bond, this carbon will become a positive charge. So to neutralize that positive charge, this negative charge will shift here to form the pi bond. That means overall what happened, this carbon also will be taken into the ring. Now this is the ring, and afterwards this will be the ring. So you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 atoms are present in the ring. So 6-membered ring will be formed here along with chlorine at third position. This is the mechanism for formation of third product. Okay. The next Hofmann mustard oil reaction. This reaction is also important for the identification of primary amines, but both aliphatic and aromatic primary amines. So first, the primary amine will be treated with carbon disulfide and will get addition compound like this, and on treatment with HgCl2, there will be formation of phenyl thioisocyanate and alkyl thioisocyanate, and these compounds will smell like a mustard oil. Therefore, the reaction, the method identification reaction is called as Hofmann mustard oil test, otherwise nothing to do with mustard oil. Okay. So both aliphatic and aromatic primary amines give this Hofmann mustard oil test, and they will form isothiocyanates, and reaction, the way the reaction happens, I have given you, see. Okay, so there will be elimination of a HCl from here and here, and then there will be elimination of a HGS as a precipitate, and you will be resulting in the formation of a phenyl thioisocyanate. The next reaction is a reaction with NaNO2 plus HCl, that is a HNO2 nitrous acid. Simply it is a diazotization reaction. With primary amines, it is a diazotization reaction. With the primary amines, it is a diazotization reaction. So here when primary aliphatic amines are treated with HNO2, we will get diazotization reaction happen, and that forms actually Rn2 plus Cl minus, but which is a highly alkane diazonium salt. It is highly unstable. Even at a low temperature also this is unstable, that it cannot be stored, that it will decompose to give alcohol and nitrogen gas will be eliminated out. And the same reaction, diazotization, if it is done with the primary aromatic amines, then benzene diazonium chloride will be formed. But this is stable at low temperature. Okay, so therefore this benzene diazonium salt is stable at low temperature from 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Therefore, at low temperature, when this is treated with beta naphthol, by maintaining a pH 8 to 9, you will be getting a orange-red colored azodite. Then with the secondary amines, both aliphatic and aromatic secondary amines will react with nitrous acids. In this manner, a water molecule will be eliminated, that you will be getting N-nitrosoamines, and N-nitrosoamines are yellow oily liquids. So aliphatic secondary amine also will form a yellow oily liquid, and coming to tertiary aliphatic amines, in presence of HNO2, it will undergo acid-base neutralization reaction and forms addition compound, and from this addition compound alcohol will be eliminated out, that it also finally gives N-nitrosoamine yellow oily liquid. Then tertiary aromatic amines. Tertiary aromatic amines in presence of NaNO2 and HCl will undergo nitration reaction by electrophilic substitution reaction. This NO plus will come and attack at para position, because NR2 is an ortho para director, but at ortho position steric crowding will be there. Therefore, NO plus will be attacking at para position. Then Hinsberg test. In a Hinsberg test, you will be identifying a mixture of primary, secondary and tertiary amines. You see here, carbyl amine test is for identification of primary amines from the secondary and tertiary amines. And Hoffman mustard oil test is also for the identification of primary amines from secondary and tertiary amines. Whereas by Hinsberg test, even you can distinguish between secondary and tertiary amines also. Even by nitrous acid test also, you can distinguish secondary and tertiary amines, but both of them will be giving a yellow oily liquid. Okay. So primary amines on reaction with Hinsberg reagent, benzene sulfonyl chloride, HCl will be removed like this, and you will get the addition compound, condensation compound like this, and there is an acidic hydrogen here that will on reaction with NaOH will form a salt. Ionic compound hai na? So therefore it will be soluble. Rn minus S double bond O pH. So it is a soluble form. And then secondary amines also will undergo the removal of a HCl like this and forms a compound, but this compound do not have any acidic hydrogen, therefore no reaction with NaOH. So whatever the precipitate is formed, that will be insoluble. And tertiary amines, first of all, there will be no reaction at all, because there is no hydrogen on nitrogen. Therefore HCl elimination like this will not happen for tertiary amines, that there will be no precipitate. Here you see the precipitate is formed, but after addition of NaOH it became soluble. And here also precipitate is formed, but after addition of NaOH also still it is insoluble. But here there is no precipitate formation. That itself indicates that the given amine is a tertiary amine. This is about Hinsberg test. Then coupling reaction or diazo coupling reaction. Here you will take an activated benzene ring. The activated benzene ring will have some ring activating group like OH in phenol and NH2 in aniline, and such a compound will be treated with a benzene diazonium cation, and benzene diazonium cation is a weak electrophile that it will come and attack at a para position by electrophilic substitution reaction, and this results in the formation of an addition compound, that is a azobenzene, azodice. This is azobenzene. Azobenzene addition compound, substituted azobenzene you can say, like a azodice, and azodice will have a geometrical isomerism also possible. Then mechanism also I have given. You see, when electron releasing group is present, this on donating its lone pair, the pi bond will shift here, that this pi bond can be donated to electron deficient nitrogen when this pi bond is shifting on to N plus. And this is the RDS step, because the benzene is losing its aromatic character. Then after the intermediate is formed, then the pi bond will be shifting back, that there will be reformation of a benzene ring by removal of H plus ion. So as a pH N2 plus is a weak electrophile, at least there should be an electron releasing group. If there is no electron releasing group, the reaction becomes very difficult. RDS becomes much more difficult. Okay. Electron withdrawing group at benzene diazonium cation and electron releasing group on benzene will increase the rate of reaction, because presence of electron withdrawing group on benzene diazonium cation will increase its electrophilic character, and presence of electron releasing group on benzene will increase its nucleophilic character. So the more electrophilic and the more nucleophilic the two components are, the better the reaction will happen. So the product can also show geometrical isomerism. Product has a extended conjugation, therefore it absorbs visible light radiation and shows a pi star transition. Therefore the final products are colorful dyes. That already I told you, azo dyes are formed here. And then a reaction with aniline. Aniline can give a coupling reaction with the diazonium salt in slightly acidic medium. Slight acidic medium is used and yellow colored dye will be formed. And with a phenol, slight basic medium is needed, that orange colored azo dye will be formed. And with a beta naphthol, you will be getting a orange red azo dye. Like in phenol, how you have used acidic medium, with the naphthol also you have to use acidic, like how with the phenol basic medium is used, mild basic medium, with the naphthol also you have to use basic medium to form orange red dye. Then with the different addition compounds of aniline, will be getting a different azo dyes having a different products, different colored azo dyes. With the dimethyl aniline, we will get a butter yellow azo dye. With dimethyl aniline and parasulfonyl benzene diazonium cation, will be getting a methyl orange dye. Methyl orange and methyl red, we know the indicators. These are the two indicators, and with this compound we will be getting methyl red. Then last, benzene diazonium chloride. It is a colorless crystalline solid, and in preparation method already I have given in aniline. Still to see, benzene on nitration will give nitrobenzene, on reduction will give aniline, on diazotation will give benzene diazonium chloride. Now this benzene diazonium chloride is only stable at a low temperature. That point also I told you, only stable up to 5 degrees Celsius, because N2 is a very good leaving group, that even slight increase in temperature will eliminate the N2 molecule. Then Rn2 plus is not stable even at low temperature also. pH N2 plus is stable because of resonance is there, whereas Rn2 plus resonance is not there, therefore it is not stable. And one very important point for competitive exams, lessened solution of benzene diazonium chloride does not give Prussian blue color with FeSO4 and FeCl3, because whatever nitrogen is present in benzene diazonium chloride, on heating it will get liberated as N2 gas, therefore there is no formation of sodium cyanide. When there is a formation of sodium cyanide, then there will be reaction with FeSO4 and FeCl3 and results in formation of Prussian blue. But that nitrogen, if it is liberated in the form of N2 gas, there is no nitrogen, therefore no NaCN formation. Now coming to some reactions of benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride on reaction with Cu plus HCl or Cu plus HBr, you will be getting a chlorobenzene and bromobenzene. We call this reaction as a Gattermann reaction. And same benzene diazonium chloride, when it is reacted with CuCl plus HCl or CuBr plus HBr, we will get a chlorobenzene and bromobenzene. We call this as a Sandmeyer reaction. Between Gattermann reaction and Sandmeyer reaction, the difference is the way the reagent is taken. If you take separately copper plus HCl, it is a Gattermann reaction. If you take a combined as a CuCl itself, CuCl plus HCl, it is Sandmeyer reaction. Like how you can remember this reaction between Sandmeyer and Gattermann reaction is that there is a word sand here. Na? Sand means to bind. Like in construction we use cement plus sand will be mixed and construction will be done. So in the similar manner here also binding will be there, that Cu and Cl will be together here. CuCl is present here. In the similar manner, Cu and Br are together here, where sand word will come, Sandmeyer reaction. Then diazonium salt, when it is treated with potassium iodide plus heating, you will get iodobenzene. And diazonium chloride, when it is treated with tetrafluoroboric acid, there will be formation of salt first, which on heating N2 will be liberated and BF3 also will be liberated, and finally forming a fluorobenzene. So here chlorobenzene preparation, then bromobenzene preparation, iodobenzene preparation and fluorobenzene preparation. And this way of fluorobenzene preparation is called a Ball-Schiemann reaction. Then diazonium salt on reaction with KCN or CuCN on heating in presence of copper powder catalyst, you will get a benzonitrile or benzene carbonitrile. Then on reaction with HBF4, you will get the same compound here, but when you are simply heating, you are getting a fluorobenzene. But if you heat it with NaNO2, this NO2 minus will introduce here, that you will be getting nitrobenzene. Then benzene diazonium chloride on reaction with ethanol, it will undergo an acid-base reaction, that benzene diazonium chloride will get reduced to benzene, and ethanol will get oxidized to acetaldehyde. Then benzene diazonium chloride on reaction with hypophosphorus acid will get reduced to benzene, and hypophosphorus acid will be oxidized to phosphoric acid, H3PO3 and phosphoric acid. And benzene diazonium chloride on boiling with water, it will break N2 molecule and form phenol. Then benzene diazonium chloride on reaction with benzene in presence of NaOH followed by heating, you will be getting a biphenyl or diphenyl. And this reaction is called as a Goomberg reaction or Goomberg-Bachmann reaction. Okay. Then benzene diazonium chloride on reduction by SnCl2 plus HCl, you will get a addition compound like this. This is a phenyl hydrazine HCl, phenyl hydrazine HCl addition compound. Then with Na2SO3 also, it will undergo reduction reaction to give phenyl hydrazine. With the zinc plus HCl also, it will undergo reduction reaction to give phenyl hydrazine first, but on further reaction it will form aniline and will liberate ammonia gas. Okay. Then these are the answers for the interconversions we have taken. First and second question here, interconversions, you practice by yourself and then see the answers. This is for the third and fourth questions, and this is for the fifth question. So this completes aromatic compounds. If you are having any doubt, you can send me through WhatsApp, or you can ask in the comment section also.